Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So today's video is going to be my ultimate blast furnace guide. Smithing is one of the last 99s I need to max my account, and before I covered blast furnace, but I only was doing gold. So today I'm going to be showing you every single type of bar that you can go ahead and make in the blast furnace to maximize your experience and also make money at the same time, making the bars used for the Giants Foundry update. Now, what is the blast furnace exactly? The blast furnace is basically a gigantic furnace which requires less coal, and you can create all of your bars at once. It is an amazing activity that is pretty much one of the best smithing methods in the entire game. With gold, it is actually the fastest experience in the entire game. Now, what is the requirements for this? All you will have to do is start the giant dwarf quest in Keldagrim, and that's pretty much it. If you do not have 60 smithing, you will have to pay 2,500 GP every 10 minutes, but once you get 60 smithing, that will be done, and every single hour, you'll use roughly 80,000 GP into the coffer, which slowly drains. Items that I highly recommend you take to the blast furnace would be the goldsmithing gauntlets. These are a reward from the family crest quest. What they pretty much do is give you double experience when creating gold. So in my opinion, they're pretty much a requirement for doing gold. Another item I highly recommend would be the ice gloves. Now, the ice gloves are used to quickly grab out the bars when they are still hot in the blast furnace. These are obtained from killing the ice queen, which is fairly simple to do, and you can go ahead and do it on a very low level account. Other items that I recommend you have would be the graceful armor, maybe some stamina potions, and of course tons of ore and bars, and a little bit of extra gold. One other item that's pretty much essential at the blast furnace is the coal bag. Now, it is a reward from doing the motherlode mine, and it will cost you 100 golden nuggets. So make sure you get this because it'll make your life a lot easier there. You won't need this if you're only planning to do gold though. All right, now I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and get there for your very first time. So what you want to go ahead and do is go to the Grand Exchange once you obviously have started the Giant's Dwarf quest. So let's make our way over to the Grand Exchange. And once you are in the Grand Exchange, you're going to want to pretty much run north and then go ahead and run west at the very top here and just go to the trapdoor and click travel. Now, what this will do is actually bring you to Keldagrim, and it's very close to where the blast furnace minigame takes place. Once you go ahead in here, your character will go through this little cart, which is a funny animation here. And if we go ahead and look at the map, the blast furnace is actually just right here. So you just want to run up here and then head into the blast furnace. Once you've been to the blast furnace once, you can go ahead and use the minigame teleport, which you will have in here, and you will go right away to the blast furnace. So this is pretty much the way you would get here after you've come your very first time. When playing the blast furnace, you're pretty much going to want to play on a blast furnace world, but I'm going to go down here right now just to go ahead and show you guys the area pretty much when it's not as populated, and it seems like it still is. So down here, you're going to have a couple different things to look out for. So there's this guy right here, which you're going to have to pay unless you have the 60 smithing. There's going to be people with the pumps and people doing everything, but if you are on a blast furnace world, you won't have to worry about any of that because there will be tons of people in here. Now, there is a coffer right here, and as you can see, it is slowly draining the GP that I have in it. So you're going to want to put a decent amount of money in here. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'm just going to go ahead and put like 200k into the coffer right here, and it will pretty much allow me to be down here for as long as I want to when smithing. So if I put all my money in there, we should be good for a little while. I want to cover this very quickly. So these are all like the, I would say, ingredients you'd have to go ahead and to make it perfect. It kind of looks very confusing, but I'll show you basically from gold. So at 40, you can do gold. It's the fastest in the game, and all you need to do is, put 27 gold in and collect. Very, very easy. Now, they have it listed here on the wiki with trip 1, trip 2, all the way up to trip 5. So for mithril bars, for example, you would need like 54 coal your first trip. You'd have, 28 in your coal bag, 28 in your inventory. And the next trip, you do 27 coal in the coal bag, 27 mithril in the inventory. and then you'd go ahead and collect the mithril bars that way. The cool part about the blast furnace is it uses half the amount of coal it would at a regular furnace, so you end up saving a ton of money on coal here. And if you want to like screenshot this or go to the RuneScape wiki yourself, feel free to go ahead and do that just to keep track of what you need for all of the bars. So for Runite, for example, it's a lot of coal, and then, you know, it's just a very helpful chart for doing blast furnace. But I'll go and do all of the bars starting from gold, because these ones are very, very low level, don't make much money, and aren't good experience. Okay, so now for the gold bars, I'm going to show you a really awesome trick you can go ahead and do to make this very efficient to do. So what you're going to want to have your inventory kind of similar to set up like this. Maybe go ahead and drink a quick stamina potion right now to have that all ready to go. And then you just want to go ahead and take all of your gold like this out of here. And once you have this kind of set up like this, go into your menu here and click fill. And then you will have these things called bank fillers in, so that you have full items. So when I go to deposit this now, it will go ahead and keep them. I need to get rid of the placeholder, obviously, but I'll show you what I mean. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly get rid of this placeholder for the goldsmith gauntlets, and then add a bank filler for it, like that. And now if I went ahead and had the, for example, if I had the goldsmith gauntlets like this, and I try to deposit them, they're going to stay in my inventory. Very helpful. Alright, so now that we are stamina potted up, all you have to do is grab your gold bars out, make sure you have the goldsmithing gauntlets equipped, and run up to the conveyor belt. Very, very simple. Your money will be slowly draining, obviously, but that's all you have to do. And as you can see, keep your goldsmith gauntlets on until you get the experience drop. Quickly swap out your ice gloves, you know, grab the gold bars like that, and then just put your goldsmithing gauntlets back on, or if you want to keep them like this, it would be more efficient like that, obviously, and boom, right away back to the action. And that's as simple as it is. Very, very fast smithing experience, no trouble banking whatsoever. Just make sure you have the goldsmith gauntlets equipped while you get the XP drop, and that's all you have to worry about. It's such a good method, super fast, and I hope it's not as confusing as it maybe looks. It's actually quite simple, and it's the fastest smithing experience you can actually go ahead and get in this game. Now, the reason obviously for the ice gloves is it's usually too hot to take the bars out, you know, when you're here, so the ice gloves will allow you to do that automatically. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and show you guys on how to properly make the mithril bars. So what you're going to want to do is fill your coal bag, and then make sure you get another load of coal. Head up to the conveyor belt, dump your first load of coal in, and then obviously empty out the second one like this. And yeah, you can just put all of the coal in there like that, and you should have 54 coal in there, obviously, right? And then the next inventory, you're going to want to do 27 and 27. So fill up the coal bag again, and this time grab your mithril. Now for this, you're only going to need the ice gloves, which is kind of nice, but yeah, so just go ahead and put your mithril bars into the conveyor belt, and then empty it like so, and boom, you should have your 27 mithril bars with an additional 27 coal already in there for you. Grab your mithril bars and then go ahead and bank them. And for the last trip, just go ahead and do your 27 extra coal. So we're going to go ahead and, fill up the bag once again. Grab some more mithril out here and finish this trip up. And then you should be at 0. So go ahead, put your mithril bars in, and then go ahead and empty the coal, put the coal in, and you should get a total of 27 bars, and just repeat that process obviously over and over again. Now Adamant's actually even easier than that, so you're going to want to start with just doing the 54 coal right away. Dump that into the conveyor belt, just as so. Empty the bag, put the other coal in, and then all you have to do is grab the 27 coal again, and 27 adamant this time. So adamant's actually very enjoyable to do, very easy to go ahead and do as well, and great for making your bars. And empty this, put it in here. You should get yourself a total of 27 adamant bars. Alright, and the last one is Runite. This one is kind of a little annoying to go ahead and do just because it takes so long. So what you're going to want to do is do the 54 coal a total of 3 times. Alright, so once you've done the 54 coal 3 times, you should have 162 coal in there now. And then it's just as simple as getting one more inventory of coal and then getting your rune right here. And then you can do this twice actually in a row. So honestly, in my opinion, Mithril is the most annoying, and then and then rune, and then obviously gold is the easiest. But yeah, it's really not too bad. So here you can go ahead, collect yourself the 27 Runite bars, and maybe drink a stamina potion. I'm not going to right now just because I want to get this done, obviously. We're going to go ahead and fill this up with the coal once again. And that should be the end of the cycle, and you should have 0 in the thing again, so you can do whatever type of bar or whatever you want to go ahead and do. Honestly, once you do get yourself into the rhythm of doing it, it becomes very easy, especially when you follow these patterns. It just is very easy, and then you're always left with 0 in the coffer. I remember when I was trying to learn it back in the day, I would always have like too much coal, too much mithril, whatever it might be in the conveyor belt, and then I wouldn't have the enough to go ahead and do it. But anyways, honestly, do the most amount of gold you can, and if you want to go ahead and make yourself the bars to go ahead and do the Giant's Foundry minigame, it can be a very, very good method, way better, way cheaper than going to a traditional furnace, and a lot faster too. But yeah, Blast Furnace is honestly such a cool minigame, 10 out of 10, and yeah, it's going to be a nice journey getting myself 99 smithing here. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the entire video, and I will go ahead and catch you in the next one. See ya later.